Have you ever heard of buildings that can melt cars and fry eggs on the sidewalk? This isn't science fiction or a blockbuster plot, but a reality faced by the residents of Las Vegas and London. Today you will learn about strange but real incidents related to solar convergence, when unusual architecture turns a building into a giant lens.
Some have managed to fry an egg.
It got up to 92.6 degrees.
That's Celsius.
This was an attack by the death ray.
It seems that the architects of these buildings simply did not take into account that curved glass facades can cause such damage. In 2013, a man parked his brand new Jaguar near a walkie-talkie and walked away. He returned a short while later, but instead of the Jaguar, he found a fried kitten. This attracted a huge amount of media attention when a sunbeam caused the car to suffer damage. Locals and media started calling the skyscraper Walkie-Scorchy or even Fry Scraper. The events at the Vdara Hotel located in Las Vegas also became famous. Hotel guests began complaining that they were literally being burned by rays coming from the facade of the building while lounging by the pool. It turned out that the sun's rays, focused by glass surfaces, created a so-called death ray, capable of heating objects to a temperature of more than 90 degrees Celsius. According to one of the victims, his hair began to melt literally before his eyes.
It's completely warped. You can get your hand underneath here and you can get your hand in here. It's absolutely ruined.
This incident became widely known as the Vdara death ray.
Death ray.
These incidents were a reminder that architecture should not only be beautiful but also safe. What is solar convergence? Solar convergence is an effect in which rays of light reflected from a curved surface are focused at a single point, creating heat. In the case of buildings, their curved glass facades have become huge lenses that concentrate sunlight on specific areas of the ground. At the peak of solar activity, temperatures at these points could reach 70 degrees Celsius or higher, enough to melt plastic or burn skin. So, how could this happen? After all, the architects and engineers should have foreseen such risks, right? In the architectural world, such mistakes are rare, but they do happen, especially when design overrides practicality. In the cases of Vdara and Walkie-Talkie, the architects either underestimated the effects of solar convergence, or they did not have accurate PC programs to simulate such effects during the design process. It's a good thing no one fell asleep near those buildings. These architectural sun traps have become a real sensation, but who is responsible for such a dangerous feature? It turned out that both buildings were designed by the same architect, Raphael Vignoli, known for his bold and innovative designs. Vignoli makes heavy use of parabolic shapes in his designs, and while such shapes may look futuristic, they prove to be a real challenge. In an interview with The Guardian in 2013, Vignoli admitted that he was aware of the risks even at the design stage of Vdara. And to reduce the effect of solar convergence, the hotel's windows were coated with a special coating that reduced exposure to sunlight by 70%. However, this proved to be insufficient. When the walkie-talkie story became scandalous, Vignoli said that he was allegedly aware of the potential problems, but did not have sufficient tools to accurately calculate the effect. "I knew this was going to happen. There was a lack of tools to accurately analyze the problem." These statements sparked even more criticism of the architect.
It is ridiculous. You don't need to go on holiday, basically. I'm going to Croatia in a couple of weeks. I think I might just pitch a tent down here and actually sunbathe here. It's really good.
Many experts pointed out that computer programs already existed at the time to accurately model solar exposure. It seems that Vignoli simply underestimated the power of the sun's rays in his designs, and it cost people comfort and safety. Following the incidents, the developers spent around £10 million to install special screens on the facade of the Walkie-Talkie building. These screens were installed around the entire curve of the building to diffuse the sun's rays and prevent the formation of hot zones. In the case of the Vdara Hotel, a similar solution was adopted. Buildings are getting taller, shapes are getting more complex, and in this environment, the lessons of the past remain important. These stories remind us how thin the line is between beautiful design and practicality. Perhaps in the future, architects will design buildings that not only beautify our cities, but also become safer and more thoughtful for all of us.